Okay, question number one. We need to find z here. So to find z, what am I going to do first? Z squared minus 1. I'm going to open as a z minus 1 times z plus 1 over z plus 1, which is I'm using formula for difference of squared. A minus b, a plus b is equal a squared minus b squared. Okay, so coming back to is equal positive 5. So I moved 5 on the other side. So from here, I'm canceling z plus 1, and I'm getting z minus 1 is equal 5. And from here, z is equal 6. And that's it. That's a value of 6. For question number 2, we need to find a value of x when f of x is equal 1.5. When we say f of x, we mean y, because y is a function of x. So when y is equal 1.5, which is here, right here, 1.5, then x is going to be at this point, how much is my x? X is going to be 0, right? Okay, that's all. Pretty straightforward. Moving to question number 3. Okay, how much is my angle 1? Angle 1 is 2x. Angle 2 is 4x. Angle 3 is equal angle 1, which is going to be 2x, right? And this is equal 180 degrees. So let me show you. All this is 180 degrees. So it includes 1, 2, and 3. Now don't worry about 4, because I cannot add 4 because I don't know the position of angle 4. I cannot solve right now angles at the 4. So let's solve for this one. So we get 8x, 4 and 4, 8x is equal 180. I hope I can divide 180 by 8x. I don't think so. It's not gonna be divided. Too bad. So, okay, we will just do whatever we can. 22 and a half. Not bad. (22 and a half degrees every x, which means from here, angle 1 is going to be equal 22.5 times 2, right? And it's going to be equal 45 degrees. Angle 2 is going to be equal 22.5 times 4. It's going to be equal 90 degrees, which is look like. Angle 3, it's going to be equal angle 1, which is 45 degrees. And we have angle 4, because it's equal 3x, I can find out 22.5 times 3. So 22.5 degrees times 3, it's going to be equal 67.5 degrees. There we go. We have all 4 angles. Um, Question number 4. We need to figure out which which equation represent this graph. Yes? Okay. So, first of all, I need to know the slope for this graph, right? The slope here, let's see, I need 2 points. I'm going to take these 2 points because they have zeros and it make it easy, right? These two. So first one is going to be how much? -3 and 0. It's this one. Make it be bigger. And second one, it's gonna be 0, -6. Okay, let's find the slope. Slope is equal y2 minus y1. Which one you want to take? Okay, I am taking, this is x2, y2. x2, y2, x1, y1, to show you that doesn't matter which one you take it. So y2 minus y1, right, which is 0 minus -6, and then x2 minus x1, which is -3 minus 0. Okay, I didn't want to write down the definition, but I'm going to. Is equal y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Okay, and we get, on the top will be +6, at the bottom I have -3. It's going to be equal -2. All right, so the slope is negative, and which is true. It's the graph is decreasing. Now we need to find our intercept, right? What is our intercept? Y-intercept. That's when x is equal 0, and which is going to be this point. Let me see. This is going to be our intercept, right? This one, because that's where x is equal 0. And that is going to be equal 0 and -6, correct? All right, so for the graph, linear equation, y is equal mx plus b, we can write down y is equal, my m is -2x and my b is -6. Okay, since we have the A, B, C, D answers have in the format of general form, so which means x and y on one side, let's move x and y on one side. Yes, it's going to be y plus 2x is equal -6, which is going to be A, correct? So we get the answer A. Question number 5. This one is very easy. So we need to find intercept 0 and k. Our k is right here. That's 0k, meaning x is equal 0, right? Our x is equal 0 and y is equal k. So 0k. So to x is equal 0, all I'm going to do, plug 0 in my the equation. Y is equal -3 times 0 plus 5 times 0 minus 10. So y is equal 10, which means my k is negative 10. Okay? Pretty straight. It's a little bit tricky, but it's straightforward. Question number 6. Write the equation of the circle with radius 6 and center negative 3 and 4. So first of all, the formula for a circle in the center of 0, 0 and radius r, any radius r. So let me see. Let me show you. Okay, moving here. So if I want to draw a circle, okay, for this circle with center is in the center 0, 0, right? X is 0, y is 0. And this is radius r. The formula for such one, it's going to be equal x squared plus y squared equal r squared. Okay? Now, since a circle can have shifting, let's say I have such type of circle, right? Let me try. I will try to shapen up. Okay. Let's say center for this circle is going to be somewhere here, right? Or here. Correct? That's mean the center is shifting. No. Here somewhere. Okay. So what in this case, when we have shifting, then you are going to do, formula is going to look like, that's a general formula already, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared, and that is equal r squared. So when h and k, it's a shifting. So in our center, as we look, it's not 0, 0, it's negative 3 and 4, which means it's shifted. So, which means the equation for our circle, given circle with center negative 3 and 4 and radius 6, it's going to be x minus negative 3 squared plus, let me move this down, and plus y minus 4 squared equals 6 squared. So what do we get? X plus 3 squared plus y minus 4 squared equal 36. This is the equation of our circle with radius 6 and center negative 3 and positive 4. So if I draw this, let me see. X is going to go to towards negative, right? Because change of x is always going to opposite direction. So negative 3, 1, 2, 3. And y is going to be plus 4. Then with the radius 6, okay, it's going to be a circle like this. It's a 4, 5, If this piece is 4, so another 2, 1, 2, right? So it's gonna be 6. I didn't want to do a circle because it's getting on writing. Unless I can, let me see. I think I know what I can do. I can move it down again. 1 second. That's not what I wanted. Okay, let me draw normal so it would be nicely seen. This one. This one. So I'm going to go by 6. I mean 2, 4, 6. So it's gonna be 2, 4, 6, negative 2, negative 4, negative 6, negative 2, negative 4, negative 6. Okay, so we have negative 3, oops, and positive 4. This is 4, this is negative 3. So this is going to be center, right? Now radius is 6. It's easy for me to count since we know this piece is 4. So I'm going all the way to here, right? So this minus this is negative 2, negative 4. So 4 and 2 will be 6. Okay, so wish me good luck. I'm going to draw. Well, not exactly, but imagine, okay, imagine that this is the center, which is not the center, it's a disastrous center, but it's a center. So this supposed to be, radius is supposed to be 6, and center gonna be negative 3 and 4. All right? Okay. Question number 7. So A plus ABC is similar to A prime, B prime, C prime. What does that mean? That sides are proportionate, which means I can say A prime, C prime is related to AC exactly the same way as B prime, C prime to BC and A prime, B prime to AB. On the top of that, angles are going to be equal. So angle A prime is going to be equal A. Angle B prime is equal B anyway because it's a right angle, and angle C prime it's going to be equal C because it doesn't matter how long the sides are going. The angle is going to be the same. Okay? So, which means if I find out angle A, let me write down this also, which means angle A prime is equal to angle A. Angle C prime is equal to angle C. And obviously B prime is equal B. What does that mean? So if I find sine A, sine of angle A, that will be the same sine of angle A prime. Make sense? So let's do it. Sine A is equal opposite side BC over hypotenuse AC. So opposite side is 3, hypotenuse is 5. Hence, this is symbol for hence, sine A prime is equal 3 over 5. All right, question number 8. All we have to do here, solve it to find the answer. The one thing here is interesting. Every time you solve equation with radical or square root, you have to check the answer. Make sure it satisfies. So let's see. I'm going to raise to power 2 because we have a square root. So raise to power 2 to get rid of square root. And we are getting a minus 2 squared equal 3a minus 2, right? Now, 3a minus 2 squared, I'm going to use perfect square. A minus b squared, which equal a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So, for students who don't want to go by formula, there is much easier but not as nice way. You just take a minus 2 times a minus 2. You can do a minus 2 times a minus 2. You still will arrive to the same answer. But I would rather you do more professional way, which is using formula. And that is going to be a squared minus 4a plus 4. And that is equal 3a minus 2. Okay, so from here, what we're going to do, since I have a squared, I have available terms, so we are dealing with quadratic equation. So I'm going to dump everything on one side, and on the left side and right side leave 0. It's going to be a squared minus 4a minus 3a plus 4 plus 2 equals 0. Okay? So we get a squared. So it's going to be minus 7a. Like terms, let me end this one. Plus 6 equals 0. So from here, I can write down a minus 6, a minus 1 equals 0, where a is equal positive 6, a is equal positive 1. Well, very important thing to double check. Let's plug 1. If I plug here 1, and I plug here 1, what do I get? 1 minus 2 is negative 1. That's mean already wrong, because I never can get from square root negative number, so it can never match to each other. Therefore, this 2 is not satisfying. I mean, this 1 is not satisfying. Plugging 6, so 6 minus 2 is 4. Now, instead of this 1, I'm plugging 6. 6 times 3 is 18 minus 2 is 16. So 6 minus 2 is 4 and square root 16 is 4. Yes, it's satisfying. So 6 is going to be the answer. Next one, question number 9. We have this system of equation, which means we need to identify at what value of a the system will not have solution. So what does that mean, no solution? That means the graph never cross each other, right? It's gonna run parallel, yes? So when it's run parallel, the graph, what does that mean? That means they are running under the same angle, which means they have the same slope, right? Okay, which means we are going to find the slope from the first one, from this first equation, okay, and figure out what is going to be, how to do to get the second equation also the same slope. Okay, let's figure it out. So first one, I'm getting 4x. Let me move this more down. Okay. 4x plus 3y is equal 12. So I'm going to find write down in the format of y is equal mx plus b, right? Slope intercept, which means 3y, so I can identify the slope. Otherwise, I won't be able to identify slope. 3y is equal negative 4x plus 12. So dividing by 3, and we are getting y is equal negative 4 over 3x plus 4. So my slope is negative 4 over 3. So that's mean I have to get the slope of second fraction. My a has to be negative 4 over 3, right? So I can have the system of equation with no solution. So let's solve it first, find out how much it is going to be. So negative ax is equal 3y plus 8. Right away I moved it. Okay, well, let me write down real quick so not to confuse some students. It's going to be negative ax minus 3y is equal 8. So from here, negative ax is equal 3y plus 8, right? So we are going to find, oh, actually, why am I doing this? I need to find y, hold on. So it's going to be negative 3y is equal positive ax plus 8. All right, so let's divide by negative 3 because I need to format mx plus b, right, to figure out the slope. And I have y is equal a over negative 3x minus 8 over 3. So to get my slope has to be equal, right? So I will have the graphs parallel. So what do I have to have? Negative 4 over 3 I have to have same as a over 3. In this case, in what case I will have equal sign valid? When a is equal positive 4, which is going to be our solution. A has to be 4, so we would have lines parallel, which means there won't be any solution. Okay? All right. Question number 10. Here we are dealing with absolute value, and it says, given that A and B will represent solution, how much will be absolute value A minus B? So, if I have module 4x plus 3 is equal 9, that's mean on one end I have positive 4x plus 3 equal 9, and on the other end it's going to be negative 4x plus 3 equal 9. Okay, let's solve for x. So one will be a, one will be b. So 4x here is equal 6, x is equal 6 over 4. We reduce 3 and 2. It's going to be 1 and 1/2. Yes? Next one. So we have negative 4x minus 3 is equal 9. So negative 4x is equal plus 3, it's going to be 12. X is equal negative 3. So here is our choice. So either A is equal A or B. So let's assume first A is equal 1 and 1/2, B is equal negative 3. And then we can switch positions. A will be equal negative 3, B will be equal 1 and 1/2. A is equal negative 3. Okay. Since we don't know which value is A, will be A, which value will be B. So we're going to try both cases. B is equal 1 and 1/2. Okay, we need to find A minus B, right? So absolute value A minus B is equal absolute value 1 and 1/2. Okay, doesn't look good. One more time. 1 and 1/2 minus negative 3. Yes, it is going to be it's going to be 1 and 1/2 plus 3, which is going to be 4 and 1/2. So A minus B is equal 4 and 1/2. Now let's do vice versa. So A minus B is equal my A is negative 3 and minus 1 and 1/2. Right? So negative 3 and negative 1/2, it's going to be negative 4 and half. Which means absolute value A minus B is equal positive 4 and 1/2. As you can see, for absolute value, it doesn't matter, we get the same answer. So absolute value A minus B is equal 4 and 1/2. And the last one, we need to solve the equation and find 8x minus 8y. Okay, so what we're gonna do in this case, very easy. We are solving for x and y. Once we know how much x, how much y is, we just plug 8 into 8x and 8y and we get the result. Very easy. So, in this case, from what I see, I'm going to do method of addition. Five x plus 4y is equal 43. Negative 4x plus 3y is equal negative 22. Okay, so what do we do here? I'm going to eliminate x, so which means here multiplying by 4, here multiplying by 5. And I will get 20x and negative 20x. So let's do it. I'm going to get 20x plus 16y equal 4 times 3 is 12, 1672. So I have to distribute, right? I can't multiply only one part, remember? Okay, 5 times negative 4, negative 20x, plus 15y is equal negative 22. 5 times 2 is 10, and 110. So once I add, this is gone. I'm getting 31y is equal. Here is 2, here is 6, 62. And y is going to be equal from here 2. Okay, plugging y is equal 2 into, let's say, second equation. So it's going to be negative 4 plus 3 times 2, 4x, plus 3 times 2 is equal negative 22. So negative 4x is equal, so it's positive 6, flipping over negative 6 with negative 22 will be negative 28, and my x is equal 7, which means the answer is going to be 7 and 2 from here. So 8x, finally, 8x minus 8y, it's going to be equal 8 times 7 minus 8 times 2. And it's going to be equal 56 minus 16, it's going to be equal 40. Okay? And we are done. Well, I hope you solved it. And if you have any questions, you know what to do. Type in the comments. Okie dokie. I will put at the end of the screen related topics. So if somebody needs to refresh memory, you can go and do it.